Dublin Marley back again. More War in the Sea, playing the Axis in the Atlantic. Been having internet issues most of the day, so if this randomly just leaves, probably not me. It's actually gotten so bad I think I'm gonna call them, because something is not right with my internet. I swear to God, my neighbor's got a Bitcoin farm in his room ever since he moved in. Alright. I got this guy going up here, but to be honest, I probably should send this guy. 20 fighters should be enough with all that AA. We'll see what he finds. And you need to go south. Alright, let's tactical that guy up. See what we get. By the way, please like, subscribe, follow, friend, comment, all that fun stuff. It really helps me out. Alright, destroyer, 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 not a destroyer. Well, let's kill. Let's kill not the destroyer. And then everybody else gets two. And that seems good. Alright. Good old AA cruisers. Still no Atlanta, man. They do need to take a pass on bombing accuracy, though. It's level bombing's too powerful. I mean, I'm getting hits with every single plane. So there's going to need to be an accuracy pass on this game. Like, you play the other mods and generally not that accurate. And especially with these guys dropping 1,800-pound bombs. That just pretty much deletes a destroyer. Should get all three. modder, though, getting this far in the game, I hope he passes the game on to somebody else to let them fine-tune the point structures, the gameplay mechanics. Like, if I'm gonna sink the entire Royal Navy, probably at current rate, I think I'm way over 150. I'll probably sink the entire Royal Navy before 1941. And that is not a good gameplay mechanic long term. So we have to figure out, how do we balance that? Well, you're going to have to give out less command points to start the game. And then you're going to have to probably give less command points each week. You need to make the airfield smaller so there's less ship death, which means you'll gain less command points from the AI. And I would probably even reduce the CP gain, so we can't just eventually end up with 2 fleets of 7 battleships, a carrier. And I'm in the first month of the war, and I'm actually going to run out of carriers probably in the next 2 months, or the next month, to be honest. I'll have built every ship the Axis can build because I've sank all the British. And then it's kill the Americans, which is going to be hilarious. America's going to enter the war, send out their fleets, and just get crushed by 8-ship battleship groups. Are you going to burn? Sometimes I hate it when they don't sink. Like, yeah, that guy knows what's up. I didn't get a scuttle. Critical heavy, though. But I did get the cruiser, which is the goal of the game. I'm really annoyed by the strategic bombing of Brest. That might be another thing to do at night. Battleships, destroy. Alright, let's go down here. Take care of business down here. Kind of. What I really want is to find where the battleships are at. I know there's got to be some fleets with battleships floating around here right now. Are you kidding me? I'm not in range? was probably there, I just didn't see him. Let's see if I can get a sub. You know, I might take a look at the sub file. See if I can fix that. Yeah, see? Explosion. You can hit him underwater. Haha. Take my point. Such good bombers. Move you up to the flow. What's weird is, like, I'm just waiting for these guys to get caught up in a fight. You gotta be shitting me, man. Tell me how that goes for you. I don't know what it paused for. Oh, that's not good. So I got a light cruiser and 2 destroyers here, which is probably not good enough to take anything that's going to hit this guy. Yeah, that's not long enough. So let's go with the super bomber. You got a plane? Nope. It does have a plane, but you can't launch. So a lot of the Italian planes cannot launch their plane. A lot of Italian ships cannot launch their planes. And that's got to be just a coding issue in the ship. Not good. Didn't get the planes. Alright. Well, let's go this way, guys. And let's floor it. Alright, let's see what damage I got here. Okay, alright. I'm liking. We got a destroyer. Not too definitely something to worry about. I mean, that's 30,000. Let's take a look at that Italian cruiser, though. That is much, much too powerful for me. But maybe not if I can get the bombers in here. I wonder if my merchant ships... Yeah, they all have guns. So they will actually be able to help. Comparatively. Oiler... Yeah, he's got... Damn. Oiler's rocking it. The Oiler has more guns than the damn destroyers have. Well, let's leave. That's the problem, is that if I can kill that, I can probably take the rest of that. Alright. You need to go to Task Force 30. There we go. What? Alright, let's see if I can make this happen. Ooh, I got money too. New sea. To be honest, I should probably send 2 carriers. But I think I only send 1 just in case. Then battleships. Well, here's the cheap ones. That's 7 battleships. And then let's go with the good German destroyer. I'm curious if this guy's stuff works. Alright, there's that. Launch aircraft. Basically, he's gonna go bomb the shit out of that. And then, new C. And then let's look at the transports. I wish you could tell how much troops they take. Well, 18 knots is 18 knots. So let's take, these got 3, these got 6 guns. Yeah, extra knot ain't all that. That should be enough for the invasion fleet. Let's manage cargo. No idea how much I need, but this should be pretty good. To be honest, that was pretty cheap. I could probably build another one. In fact, let's do just that. Then MS. I would unlimited merchant ships, by the way. Alright. Looking good. I'll time that in a second. And you'll take the same route to get there at night. Let me see if a direct route's even 27, 24. That's actually really good. We'll take that route. Let's floor it. Turn your smoke on. And let's go find these assholes. They should be down here. Alright, here we go. Alright, let's search these guys. Destroyer. Alright. Merchant ship. Don't care. That is big ass ship. That is another battleship. Alright. So they got 2 battleships at a minimum here. And then whatever these are. So we need to break. Definitely target that. And definitely target that. Man, that last merchant ship's probably toast. I'm gonna have to put carriers with not carriers, battleships with these. Come on, drop. There we go. That should do it. Critical. Alright, let's look. We got one Admiralty destroyer. They're pretty weak. This is a cruiser, I think. Let's look at it real quick. But I want to say this is a light cruiser of some sort. That looks like this guy can class heavy cruisers. Yeah, I need to run. Are you firing? to the yeah. No damage. Sorry, boys. You brought a battleship to an airplane fight. I do like that this guy's chasing me. Now the question is, are his friends chasing? Yeah, they are. I can't get in. I can't win a slugging match against 8-inch guns like that, especially two. Oh, let's get out of here, guys. I escape them. Alright, let's get these guys in there. And then I think the next fleet I'm going to make is a battleship group for bombarding this place to dust. I really want to I want to back these things off so I don't have to worry so much about we'll see what happens there. Trying to block shipping to go to Iceland. And after I bombard these two, then I'll go bombard this place. And then probably this place to dust. Because I gotta take this place, this place, this place, these two places, and this place. Even though I don't think the game will actually have any winning conditions that make it actually winnable. What's crazy is no one's picked up this guy yet. Where is that guy? Oh, over there? Touche. I'll be right back in 1 second. Alright. Well, let's send something over here to say hi to whatever they're doing over there. So I'm pretty sure this is the welcome fleet where they're trying to bash me. Alright, let's do some math on the math guy. It is 8 a.m. What time do I want to show up there? So that's 8.6 hours from now. Hey, what's up? Nothing much. I'm just doing math. So if I travel here, it's 8.6 hours, which gives me 16:30. 10 hours gives me 1800. So you gotta math it out. Yeah, you wanna hit about here right as planes go down. Yeah, so if you hit the planes right about here, that gets you the travel time to here with no aircraft. And I have 7 battleships. And then right behind them, I've got these guys with Invasion Task Force that are going to 36 hours, which I'll adjust as they get closer to. And then I got this guy up here annoying me. And there's a 2 heavy cruiser, 2 battleship group chasing this guy. But I killed the 2 battleships, so I think he's lost interest. I just hate having to do 2. I hate like 2 things going on at once. It's map's too large to control. Especially when those Italian bombers are those bombers are no joke. Kind of wondering why I can't see him. I'm gonna tactical it. I think he's gonna disappear on me. And I don't want that. Shoot. That is a heavy cruiser, alright. That is a heavy cruiser. So, let's just toss 3, 3, and 3. And we'll just damage them all up. And then I'll have the next guys kill these things. Should be good though. Well, there's several bugs at play, right? You might having the tactical bug, but it should only play if you engage the enemy in a tactical map. So that gives the hour cooldown, and that's a Killerfish Games thing. I don't know if they changed that or not, but that is a hard 1 hour cooldown. And then the weather. It really depends on weather. Like in his mod, the worse the weather, he's reduced the... Yeah. He's reduced the... Thank you. So he reduced your ability to find stuff in really bad weather over the base mod, or the base game. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Good magazine explosion. Well, they're not going to go bombard my port. No, I haven't. I did see 2 more battleships just a little bit ago. I just sank them. One was the Nelson, and then the other one was the battle cruiser type that only had 2 turrets. I can't remember the name. In fact, it could have been the Hood. Oh, that's German. I want British. I don't think it was... I think it was the Hood, yeah. I think I said... Well, it should, Either way, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're good here. Well, I mean, this game's easy mode. Like, the accuracy level of your bombing is very, very high. You want to see something even funnier? Let's go to Battleships. Take that, Hood. The German battleship, an extra Bismarck. I'll get it sometime. The Bismarck class isn't very good in this game. Italy is where it's at. Like the Marco Polo and Colombo class battleships outclass probably almost every battleship in the game, other than maybe the Yamato, and even then the Colombos are better than the Yamato. You've got 16 15-inch guns. Like the second best battleship might have 12. Yeah, I'm never gonna pronounce things all right. It's just one of my charms. And what's sad is I've lived overseas like 7, 8 years of my life. Like, I've lived in Korea 6 years of my life. That was pretty fun. I should have really good foreign language skills, but I have absolutely none. I can order beer. Pick up girls in bars. That's about it. That is the limit of my foreign language skills. I'm married. I don't. Now watch the Watch the 410s just rip through this. The 410's got 12 machine guns, two 20mm cannons. That was actually pretty bad. Usually they tear right through them. So I think these need to go back, and he needs to look in the file code and take the... you see how it's only firing one machine gun? Maybe two? They seem to fire more in the base game. So I think they can be improved upon. So I don't think they're strong enough in this game. I mean, they're better than the other bombers that don't even have guns. All right. And return to base. What I want to know is, where did this other ship go? Well, these guys are going to start to find me some targets. Well, what's going to happen in this game is, I haven't really played it. It's kind of a... It's kind of a long-range plan for me. Shoot. I think they're going to drop troops off. I'm kind of looking at playing L2 Stormanoff, or whatever the hell it's called, and playing the Flying Circus mod. Yeah. I kind of want to play the biplanes. I want to play a World War I flight simulator. Like, I used to play Red Baron back in the day. Like, way back in the day. And I really kind of look at the... Why are you not moving? Seriously, he just stopped moving for some reason. I'll have to look at it. I just like the mechanics. I'll have to look at the mission editor and stuff. Alright, let's think of this through. It is 10 a.m. and that will get me to 1300. I'm just trying to avoid getting 10 bomb or 12 bombers just wrecking me. That's 4.5. That's 7. That's 1500. That should be good. Nice, that works. You just have to go back and do it. I am actually fairly decent at math. It's like one of the things that makes me a good is figuring out war games and stuff, and games like this, is I'm a chess player, like a really good chess player. So like thinking of like tactics and figuring out like strategy, I'm pretty good at that. Like the guy that taught me chess died, and so I took over playing 12 boards at a time through like this yearly festival my city had. So I would play 12 boards at a time, and I would win 99.9% of the games. And every single person that beat me, I knew them by name. No, I'm just really good at chess. When I was like 6, 7 years old, my dad taught me chess. After like 5 games, he never won a game ever again. And I then went to that local festival and played the guy that was my teacher. I beat him as like a 9-year-old. And he basically told my parents, you need to make him play chess. So my parents forced me to play chess up until I was like 13. And then I decided to party for a long time. But I'm just naturally good at it. I don't actually study. I don't read books. I just can play. So like I know theory, and that's like kind of helps you with games like this, because you can think strategically. You know, you're not thinking about the next thing you do. I'm thinking about the thing I'm going to do 4 things down the road usually. The problem with chess though is if you want to be really good at chess, you just have to dedicate so much time. And I just don't have the time to study. There's some destroyers that got 44 speed in this game. The Italians, they got 8 guns. Their problem is I'm rocking 2 1,800-pound bombs plus 3 250-pound bombs at each plane. So if they get hit with one of the 1,800 bombs, they die. It's part of the problem with the game, is the power creep is too high, and all the airfields shouldn't have 12 4-engine bombers. And they calculate the damage individual to the mod. You just don't type in 1,800. You have to actually put in the damage modifier for the bomb. So I think his bombs are more powerful than normal. Which is why the air power in this game is creeped way too high. So I would reduce the size of airfields, and no airfield will ever get 12 bombers. Like, the max would be like 6. And these aren't even the good bombers. The German bombers actually kind of suck. The Italian bombers, on the other hand, they might be gods. They're just like the Lancasters. They're just too powerful. I was talking about this with a modder from East Indies, and there's just a bunch of things that need to be fixed for the game. Yeah, that's one of the strategic failures of the Germans, is they never developed long-range strategic bombing capabilities, which really hindered their abilities. And there's a lot of things Germany did wrong. Like, Hitler was way too erratic. Yeah. Which would probably even been a waste of time even there. I'm not really concerned about a 3DD group. There's just a lot of strategic decisions, like Italy joins the war, but they didn't even have the Libya prepared for war. It's like, if you're gonna go to war and join the Nazis, you should probably, have a plan. Like, I don't know, maybe invading Malta? But that's just me, I'm too logical like that. And they are way too conservative with their navy. They could have sorted their navy as soon as they declared war, and they probably would have messed up the British. There's just a lot of like tactical problems that, I mean, resource-wise, once the U.S. threw their weight behind it, the the manufacturing capability would have just delayed the inevitable. But the Germans could have made it very uncomfortable. Yeah, they all look rough. And they all got hit. But you have to think about this, right? So, remember when the British were bombing the German battleship in Norway? They sent a ton of missions dropping bombs on that ship. Yes. It was stationary. And they literally couldn't hit it. But yet, in this game, I can take 4-engine bombers and destroy an entire destroyer fleet that is actively moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not. It's not the accuracy level of the bombing level bombing in this game right now is just way too high. It's like hitting a moving target from a bomber that is very not maneuverable is probably pretty hard. You gonna sink for me? Well, one's gonna get away. Yeah. Even dive bombing is probably less accurate than it is depicted in this game. The only thing that's fairly accurate is shelling. And even then, it's kind of the extreme long range shelling is probably way over accurate in this game. If you ever look up like a video called like the longest range hits with battleships or whatever, it's like sometimes these ships will fire 10,000 kilometers or 10K farther than the longest battleship hit ever known recorded. Because you gotta think the curvature of the Earth, so you can only see so far from a battleship. So unless you have a spotter plane up, you're probably pretty screwed. Well, I'll leave that one guy to live alone in peace. I guess I should go kill those destroyers. Oh, that too. I might go after him then. We'll see. I'm more concerned about my invasion. Whenever he pops up in my... Alright, 215 layer. Oh, that's awesome. That's a cruiser of some sort. Not sure I really like my Sure. Toss a number out there. It's got to be one of these, though. This one, this one, this one, or this one. But I'm going to probably fire then run. Yeah, the sub is not that good. Oh, I'm straight up. Yeah, I've got bad positioning. So basically I'm going to target one and then fire and then run this way. Even then, he's probably going to be 7K. I'm going to fire from far away. Yeah, but I can only fire two then, I think. Or they might only have one. I do not know. The only downfall with firing at this guy is the torpedoes are going to go like this. You won't get any secondaries. If you fire at one or two, you might be able to get a secondary hit. But we'll fire at this guy. Build up a solution. Fiji. That's a pretty good solution. Number two. Oh. I don't know why it's firing at number one. Number two was red. Alright. Let's fire. At a horrible angle. Let's go that way. Silent. Alright, let's see what happens. It's 215. So I'm dropping it to 240. Yeah, we'll see if they'll hit. I don't know. Son of a... Wow, they just... They just went over the top of me. Yeah, it fires one torpedo. Yeah, I don't really like the German subs, to be honest. I like the British subs. They got those 10 torpedo tubes. You can just fire a nice spread right into any convoy like this. You're totally going to hit like 2 or 3 ships. And that was like a 87% accuracy rate. I don't think this is going to hit anything, but I'm going to let it play out. That's another problem is the other subtype in the game, the 7Cs, they use a Mark 15 torpedo and they do not work. These use like a GW something and they do work. I mean, obviously didn't work there. Well, let's get out of here. A lot of cruisers there. All right. Let's worry about the invasion. Not you. I didn't mean to do that. I hate that. Your plane will be yellow, but sometimes you're tactical. Nah, I didn't hit. All right, let's get these guys going. Nah, it's fine. You always have to think about the angle of attack and where, like out of these 3 ships, if I'm over here, if I'm up, if I'm over here, I would never want to fire at 2. I'd want to fire at this one. So you get the, I might get a secondary hit. It's just like the way, it's just like when I play the Japanese, like I suck at using their cruisers for torpedo attacks, but it does cause the enemy to maneuver weird too. So I just literally will have my whole line of ships just send out all their torpedoes, and it'll just be waves of torpedoes coming at them. What? There we go. No, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. This guy don't look healthy. I'd have to look that up. Oh, I'm tracking. I'm fairly certain they might have been used in late war, World War One, but for convoy duty. I don't think they ever did anything though during World War One. And I'm trying to think in between wars. There's a lot of little minor stuff that happens, but I don't remember the names of all of them. Oh, whoops. Well, this is going to be short-lived. Let's get in the box formation and use our defensive guns to stop the enemy. Oh, bow fighters. In this game, I don't think it matters. And here's the real problem. In this game, I don't have any gunners. Like, you notice my planes are not firing anything right now. Now they're gonna catch me because speed. So I'll slow them down just a little bit. Do my experiments. So that should catch them up. But it's the planes are bugged. So because theoretically I should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I should have at least 5 gunners. And I yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's the 6th? Oh, 6. Alright. Touche. But you notice my guys aren't firing anything. There's no machine gun noise. There's no bullets. So the bombers need to be redone. But I don't think that's going to be a hard problem to fix. Like, that's just like literally figuring out the coding for another 4-engine bomber and then just duplicating it. I haven't started. I can only have one version loaded on the game. So if I load his, I can't play this anymore. And so I'm just pounding through the Atlantic campaign real quick. I'm going to find out a bunch of the flaws in it. I'll probably send a note to the guy who made it, and then I'll go into East Indies testing. It's like when I first started streaming, he's the he started showing up in my streams, so I've talked with him like in depth about like how the games work and a bunch of the other stuff. And a lot of the stuff that he's changing in the game is because of like what he saw me doing in the game and how I'm behaving. Because I'm exploiting the game mechanics, which is why like several people have like written in my comments, they were like, I never thought to do that. And it's like, building airfields is the most valuable thing in Apticom. Like, you gotta build airfields, and you gotta get the replacement planes for those airfields. Your navy isn't even important, but when you do have ships, never rearm them. It is always a bad thing. Always turn them in. It sucks to be without the ship, but the ship will come back fully armed, fully repaired, and you didn't waste any resources that you can put towards replacing planes or building airfields. It's not a problem. What you do is you send one plane and attack the Japanese. They'll burn their air cap on all their carriers, and then 1 hour later hit them with everything you have. They'll have no fighters. So you can sink a carrier pretty easily in that. And I think the subs, you use your subs to guard the main invading ports, basically the Dutch capital, and then the Dutch city on the far side, and just suicide your subs to kill carriers. Eventually they'll run out. And the Langley is your friend. The real problem for me is strategic bombing. Like, those, I think there's Sally, the fast Japanese bomber. They're very difficult to shoot down with your fighters. And they can usually get away from you. And then they're going to strategic bomb your airfields into dust. Like the last time I won it, I was down to literally the Dutch capital airfield, and that was it. But they eventually ran out of carriers. And they ran out of ships because I was sinking so many. It's a hard game. You're supposed to lose as the Dutch, man. The Japanese side's fairly straightforward, easy. Make transports, drop troops off, build combat power, and then eventually you'll have a 2-carrier force. Oh, and never put your ships in the Java Sea until you're ready to destroy them. Most people are just too aggressive in the game. I mean, and I get aggressive in this game. Like, I'm literally sending a carrier right up to a city to bomb it. But that's just because there's just too much power in this game, so I can risk it and not care. But I'm pretty conservative, just like Tokyo Express. I almost the only time I'll send my convoys with supplies to Guadalcanal is after I've already established like naval superiority through combat points. I'll just build the 10 destroyers with 8 AA guns, and then they're the only people that go to Guadalcanal to drop off troops and supply. Sometimes I'll build 9 of them and then attach a heavy cruiser so I can bomb Guadalcanal if they're building an airfield. It's really all the small islands though that makes that a worthwhile game. Like you take those small islands, it's game over. Can we just leave this guy alone? Oh yeah, you're dead. Sorry, bro. What's funny is I used to play another game called Battle of Britain and Secret Weapons of the Luftwaffe. I play DayZ too. Not as much anymore. To be honest, I'm kind of waiting for them to come out with DayZ 2. But yeah, I watch The Running Man occasionally, and I'll play DayZ every now and then. It's just you're not gonna be, nobody's gonna watch the YouTube videos unless you're editing them and making them all crazy. Otherwise, it's just 6 hours of collecting stuff, and then 30 seconds of sheer terror as someone's found you. Or like, or you found them. That's what's so great about the game is just randomly finding people out of nowhere. They're minding their own business and then you just kill them. Sometimes I even feel bad about it. It's just the game's good. Um, could it be better? Yeah, it needs a new pass. And it also depends on like what type of server you play on. Like I play on very lightly modded servers. So I don't have the clans that are just destroying everything. I did so yeah, it got removed. If you send me an email, I can send it to you. That's not bad. I think I'll keep the carrier here till the supply ships drop off. To be honest, I don't know if he's even going to put it out here again. Yeah, because people pointed out that there was flaws in it, and it made him mad. Probably me, to be perfectly honest. Not that I'm that worried about it. But yeah, there's definitely faults with the game. But the Atlantic side of it is definitely playable. The Mediterranean side probably isn't playable. It probably wasn't you. It's probably someone immediately pointed out that like there are some faults in the rules that were wrong. And then like I'm pointing out there's a lot of like broken ships and broken game mechanics. All right, let's get out of here. Let's oh yeah. Here's a question. Can I take Gibraltar? I bet you I can. He might. I don't know. I hope he does. I mean, he probably just needs help, to be perfectly honest. Like, modding isn't hard. What's really hard is gameplay and balance issues. So not only do you have to get the ships and the mods together, then you have to balance them. And like right now, it's not balanced. And I can explain that probably pretty easily here in a second. I am at day 30. And I'm at 158 ships sunk. So I am on the 30 August 1940. I am probably going to sink the entire Royal Navy before 1941. At current pace. And that's a gameplay balance issue. So what he needs to do is lower the amount of 4-engine bombers by a ton, nerf command points for the player. Like right now, they just get too many. So make everything worth less. A bunch of the ships and stuff need to be fixed. That's not hard. But he needs to ask for... If he can't do it himself, he needs to ask for help. Like, Yor offered to, like, help him balance it out, and he actually declined his help, so... Which doesn't make any sense to me because I'm a lazy as hell person. Anyone offers me, like, get out of there, boys. Anyone offers me stuff that I don't have to do work, I'm gonna be like, hell yeah. It's a leadership function. Some people don't work well with others. Like, when you have like to do group projects, there's give and take, right? And some people don't want their vision to be changed. I could care less about either way. Alright, let's look to see what we got. Yeah, it looks sexy. Well, let's go after the big four. Make sure we kill them. I just play games. I just want a good game. And I'm not too... I can handle power creep. It's just... There's got to be some logic behind it, though. Like, I don't even mind the extra ships that the Germans and Italians have. To me, that just makes the game last longer. But even with the extra ships, you're going to just blow through the enemy's supplies. Yeah. So my guess is this is a generated mission. Not sure where it generates from. It might generate from the flow, might generate from Liverpool, but it's going to try and attack one of the capitals. It's just like how that invasion group is attacking the Italian capital. But definitely the having 12 bombers at an airbase is just too much. Like, I could take 12 B-17s in the original game or Tokyo Express, and I would be lucky to sink a battleship. Well, all four of them are gone. That's what I like to see. So it's all a force creep issue. And less bombers will make strategic bombing less painful. And it will create more naval battles, which I think is the key to the game. Bombing ships with your airplanes gets boring after a while. Alright. Surprised this hasn't turned blue yet. We'll probably do it the next day. Now I'm kind of wondering, can I take Gibraltar? Damn, you guys are fast. Be honest, I probably can. I don't know how many troops they got there, but I have a feeling it's highly doable. Alright, so I've got 20 bombers and they got 6, so 3 apiece. Well, let's do the 2 4s. I would just like to see the game show up more like the Battle for the Atlantic, where struggling to keep Britain supplied with resources. Hey, Cully, if you do want, just send me an email to DublinMarleyGaming@gmail, and I can send you a link to the mod. And what's funny is, like, the battleship editor, the single mission editor, the game is worth it just for that. Like, who doesn't want to fight the Bismarck and the other ship versus the Hood and the, what, Prince of Wales? All right. Two left. But popping 10 ships at a time here, probably too powerful. And I only lost 2 fighters, or 2 bombers here. I probably should have lost more, so I would say the AA might be a little weak on the ships as well. Alright. Are you going to sink for me? I mean, you are going to sink. It's just a matter of time. I'm not a fan of these open guns. Like, the British must have had some hell of casualties on these ships during, like, fights. Just random metal fragments hitting their gunners. All right. Well, I got subs off of all these coasts now. And launch the other one. Oh, and I would change the plane replacement rate. If you're not going to use supply logistics, which I probably wouldn't, I would change the plane replacement rate to 1 a day. Right now, I think it's set to 2. Yeah. Most of them are pretty decent, though. I mean, like, just looking at them. Like this class. So they got 4 dual purpose. I'm just randomly talking about AA guns. And and a lot of the things I talk about are just, I'm talking about the game in general, not to anyone in particular. Remember, I stream and I also record for YouTube. So I literally will sit here and talk to nobody for an hour. I hate how they go slow sometimes. Alright. Good to go. Wow. They shot down a hell of a lot of planes. That was a lot. We'll have to reinforce that base as soon as this guy gets back. Aha! What do we got here? Oh, that guy. 11:30. Yeah, it's the battleship convoy, the one that attacked my convoy. So this should have 2 light cruiser or 2 heavy cruisers in it. All right, so it's changing direction, something like that. Ooh, that's a different convoy. And I want to go after that convoy now. But since they have multiple convoys, we don't want one of them to feel unloved, you know. Uh, what's the distance here? That's too far. Damn. Alright, what we got? Supply ship, supply ship, supply ship. Definitely, probably Kent class heavy cruiser. Good old, what, Lion class, maybe? And heavy cruiser. What's funny is I wish these guys would be running into my two other fleets that are way north. So I think I need to make a fleet and have them hang out down here. As soon as I get enough money, I'll probably do that. I'll put one of the German carriers with them. And then I'll just plus them up with battleships. No, they all drop at least. I don't think I'm going to sink the battleship, though. I might. I probably got greedy by bombing the two cruisers with 4 planes. Damn. That was enough. Now, I don't think I'm going to get the cruisers, but they don't look too good, though. I do think those 1,800-pound bombs might be a little bit too powerful. I'm just basing this off of the B-17. And when you're dropping the 2,000-pound bombs, those are pretty powerful. It's one of the reasons why I hate playing the Japanese, though, is because your air power, except for the carriers, is so much worse than the Americans. Those B-17s are just too good. You gonna burn for me? I'm gonna check damage. Pretty sure that guy might. I sank the lion, or whatever it was. And they just wounded these two guys. And I'm not sure if they're sinking or not. I don't think they are. Yep. I sank that battleship right there. Probably a Lion class. the St. Edward, which is a Lion-class battleship. And I'm at 169. On day 31. So that's what? Averaging 5-6 ships a day for the most part. 5.5, something like that. Yeah, I mean, and that's just not a sustainable rate. Like, you could probably include heavy, merchant. It's just not a sustainable loss over a campaign that's supposed to wait till the Americans get here. Yeah, I think I think the convoys have a delay, so they don't start immediately. They won't be a problem. I don't think they're better than the German carriers. And they only have 10. So they only have the first version of the Essex. They don't have the late versions. So no Corsairs, no Hell Divers. I think the German carriers are pretty much better. Like, if I can figure out the patrol plane bug, I'd love to play the Pacific mod all the way through on the Japan side. But as soon as I start taking those neutral ports, you lose all of your air patrols. And I don't know how to fix it. And there's way too many air patrols to do daily in that game. Well, both cruisers down. I might get all 4 merchant ships too. But I don't really find, like, the only game where enemy carriers are bad is Abdicom. And then playing the British in the East Indies. But if you have a good carrier, you're probably fine. Like, if you can put up 30 fighters, you're probably not going to be too damaged by a carrier strike. Now, those kamikazes, though, I was trying to invade the Pacific with the Americans, and they would literally just appear right over my carriers, and there's nothing you can do about it. I have a Discord, but I never use it. just because I have to talk to stream and I record all this stuff, so that's why I don't talk to anybody over Discord at the same time. All right. That's pretty good. Like, maybe when I retire, I'll probably get into that. The only reason I started streaming is because I had a bunch of convalescent time due to a surgery. And then when I retire, I want to build a backlog of videos so then I can make a set schedule where I'll play video games from this hour to this hour every other day or whatever. Which mod? This one? That's too easy. Delete the game, install it over again. Get rid of all your override files and whatnot. Then you're going to go into Steam and right click onto War on the Sea. So if you delete the game, download the game again, that should get rid of all your saved games and all of the other stuff. And all the override files. Trust me, because I've accidentally put the Chinese mod into the East Indies mod. You don't have to, but I would I would take them out of the mods folder and put them in a different folder, just to make sure. Because it should work installing this works exactly like installing the East Indies or the Indian Ocean mod or Tokyo Express. Literally make a mods folder under the browse local files of War on the Sea. Put the mod in the file. Make sure it's not zipped. And then you run JSGME or whatever the hell it's called. And that should install the game for you, no problem. It's just like Tokyo Express or the other ones. And then once you get there, once you enable the mod program, just click on this mod, push it to the right, close out, and then you should be done. Alright. Heavy cruiser, this be exact same thing? It's a weird flex by the computer there. I mean, I guess I'll sync it again. But the mod is real easy to install. The only mod that I found kind of hard to install was the Pacific one. Because you have to revert back to an older version of the game. That took me a while to figure out how to do. And then I had to take the... They have 3 sets of override codes. So I had to, like, trial and error load 3 different sets of override codes. Because when you get the mod from the guy, the Chinese mod, you get the Pacific campaign. I think you get the override codes for East Indies. And you get the Chinese land war game that I haven't even played yet because it's kind of just confusing. But the Chinese game looks pretty interesting. I just want to read like an instruction manual, and I kind of want some more forum posts on it. Because I don't really understand how you're supposed to move your land forces around. All right. You guys gonna sync for me? Killerfish Games really needs to do a pass on like whether ships are gonna sink or not. Do you know your ships and the enemy ships have a different tolerance level? Your ship will scuttle if it at a 30-ish% damage level, and the enemy ships will scuttle at a 40% level, something like that. So it's why, like, you'll sit there and see an enemy ship that doesn't scuttle, and you know it's more damage than yours, and then you leave battle, your ship might scuttle with less damage than the enemy ships, and they might live. It's kind of frustrating. I would like to see that balanced out. To be honest, I'd like to see them come out with another version of this. I'd love to see the World War I DLC. That's my dream. Oh, not those guys. All right, new air. Well, let's go, guys. Where are they? Interesting. Which is funny is because they initiated the combat. Oh, that's gonna piss me off. So they're gonna bomb me. Alright, there we go. The bombers that you can't shoot down. I mean, theoretically, you can shoot these down. It's just really hard. I can only imagine playing as the Allies, man. These things would just be OP. Because you could literally strategic bomb the entirety of France. Yeah. I mean, theoretically, if you really get into this, I would love to see fighters get introduced at later stages. I don't know. I don't think you could do that, but having the 262 would be interesting. I would love to see the Orca, or is it called Orca? I'd like to see the Japanese suicide rocket bomber that dropped by Betty's. That would be nuts. Basically a thousand pound guided bomb that each Betty can carry one. That would be a late war carrier killer. And then you just limit it to like Tokyo or whatever. So you don't give it to all the bases. It's just like the Pacific mod limits kamikazes to like Okinawa and Imajima and the home island. It's just like this probably needs to be limited out of range of strategic bombing. Because I haven't shot down a single one, and I've got 18 fighters. I'll just start the retreat now. I know how this is gonna go. I'll shoot down one, and then I'll run out of ammo. Okay, I shot down two. Which is actually really good, because normally you don't shoot down any. Like, I'm hitting them. I just can't hit them consistently enough to get them to die. And then eventually your fighters just slowly run out of ammo. They're just too maneuverable. As Yora was saying, like, this fighter and this bomber probably have maneuverability set to max. Or whatever causes maneuverability. Like in the Tokyo Express mod, the Zero probably is the max maneuverability fighter. But in this game, it is not. These guys are probably... These guys would probably shoot zeros down like it wasn't even a problem. Because they're way faster. That might get them. No. It looked like he was flying straight for a second. I do like it though. I bet you for the Allies, this is just going to be OP. You can just strategic bomb with these all day long, and there's nothing Germany can do about it. So every base and range of these is going to get decimated. Send these first, send your four-engine bombers afterwards. You'll have to land your planes, and the four-engine bombers will get to bomb every time. I could probably take out every airfield in France in the first, like, 3 days. But I'll do that after I play the Indian Ocean mod again. I don't know if they're gonna kill him. Like, this guy's not even smoking. And then he's trailing smoke pretty good. The problem is my ammunition levels. Is these guys run out of ammo and they'll still chase, but I'm not firing anymore. And so you can wound them, but you can't really kill them. Like, this guy's smoking pretty well too. They're close, but it's really just, I've watched this happen so many times. I'm just convinced it's almost impossible. Wow, they killed it. Wow, another one. That's actually kind of amazing. I might actually get... We'll see if these guys are firing. You notice how they're not firing anymore? All three of those planes are out of ammo. Oh, never mind. They might have one or two. He's out of ammo. He's got like a couple rounds. Oh, that guy's full. This guy should be toast. He's got a lot of planes on him. But he's not even smoking. Alright, I'm losing interest in this. It's not all that important. They're bombing my capital, so it doesn't really matter. Oh shit. Now I have to go through the whole thing again. I pushed attack. The problem still exists, though. These two are going to live, probably. And then they're probably going to bomb my city. Actually, I don't think they're going to bomb my city. They went past my city. So I think they were trying to go after a ship or something. Got a lot of smoke though. He might go down. There you go. This is probably like the 6th, 7th time I've fought these, if not more. I generally don't shoot down half of them. Usually 1 or 2. And then I run out of ammo. Like, I've even taken the HE-111s in this fight. And I'll just fly bombers around just to fire the door gunners at them. And they still can't hit them because the door gunners can't hit them because they're too maneuverable and fast. By the way, that's another trick in Tokyo Express. Like, if you're ever getting attacked, you can take the B-17s. Shoot. Just do it. Like if it's been that if you've been dating that long, generally you should know. What you do is, before you even get to that point, start talking about your future plans and make sure you kind of include her. And then you can gauge her receptiveness level. So you'll know the answer before it even happens, usually. Ooh, fancy new base. Doesn't bother me. There's always ways around it. But if you do have people bombing, you can literally use the B-17s to knock out the bombers. Like, these bombers seem weak compared to the actual originals. But if the fighters are dogfighting, you can literally just run the bombers through the dogfights and shoot down planes non-stop. And there's also another cheat with B-17s in that game. If you're getting attacked, dive to the ground, hard right, put them in a box formation, and the Zeros can't get behind them to shoot them down before they get shot down by the gunners, because you take the vertical element of the Zeros away. So if you're on the ground with doing a circle, a tight circle in the B-17s, you can actually stop Zeros from shooting them down. They'll still shoot down occasionally one or two, but you usually can shoot down every single fighter. I've shot down like all 30 carrier fighters before. I don't think that guy has any ammo. I just forgot to RTD him. That's kind of the problem with playing like large mods. It's hard to micromanage all the fights. I only got 5 here. That's not good. What, 2? Oh, that's cool. Alright, let's go get these 2. Return to duty, RTD. It should be RTB, return to base, but return to duty, RTD. I'll be back in 1 second. All right. Need more ice. But yeah, there's a lot of like just, and I don't know enough about modding to really pay attention. But I think a lot of the priorities of the AI need to be reworked. Like in the Pacific mod, the enemy's like obsessed with invading New Guinea, and it will just throw all of its resources at New Guinea nonstop. And you have to balance that out. So I think basically you just need to make throwaway ships. To be honest, I would probably add a bunch of the throwaway ship Yora's made. Like those fishing vessels. And those like sub chasers and patrol boats. They're perfect throwaway vessels. So the AI can gain intelligence on you. Yeah, he might go. He might not go. I'll watch him burn. These destroyers kind of made me mad. Like, I think what? They're the Admiralties, if I'm not mistaken. They are not that good. They will get tore up by Japanese destroyers. Come on, just sink. You gotta be at least critical. Nope. But he's blowing compartments so quick that he's gonna hit. Come on. It wasn't worth my time. Alright. Back RTD. It's RTB, by the way. It is return to base. But I say RTD just because return to duty. When you send a private to sick call, they get a slip that says RTD. I am not the person to ask this question to. And my wife is a little crazier than most people, so... Have fun. Like, you should probably know if you're already in the good before you do it. I recommend doing it at some type of special event type deal. Go visit a park. Go to the first place you had a date. Along those lines. How? So let me ask the important question here. What baseball team do you follow? You're dead to me. I mean, I still got more World Series championships, so I don't have that much to worry about. Nah, I was just the Dodgers. I'm a Cardinals fan, and like a lifelong Cardinals fan. And the Dodgers are literally just buying championships. Like even the Cardinals at like their heyday might be 10th to 15th in payroll. But they still have the second most World Series championships. I know. I just making fun of Dodgers fans. I just don't like the way base. Whoa, stop. You son of a bitch. I'm not going to be able to do anything about that. Yep. I'm a huge baseball fan, so one of the few things that I do is like I won't stream from like usually 6 p.m. to like 9 p.m. or so because I'm watching the Cardinals game. Alright. Let's see if I can grab this guy. That's cool. I played up until high school, and then my high school really didn't have a team. It basically folded before I got to high school, and I played soccer the whole time. But I had a very interesting high school time, so that's cool. The good old beers. I'm surprised they're doing as well this year, to be perfectly honest. I anticipate some regression. To be honest, like I don't even know how the Cardinals are playing baseball as well as they are. It doesn't even make sense to me. Like the team completely is abysmally sucks. I think we have like 4 players with an OPS over 700. In the Brewers organization, you probably have a pretty good chance. Like they're fairly one of the cheaper teams, so they call up a lot of players. Yeah, I'll just take my bombing like a man. It's budget. They're a small market team. They don't have the money that like LA could just buy players. But teams like the Brewers and the Pirates and the Reds, they will they'll look to their own and give them a shot long before they spend the money and just get a mercenary. And the Brewers will spend money. They just don't spend as much money. And they got real lucky with a lot of their starting pitching over the last like 5, 6 years. And the Cardinals, they got lucky as hell. I mean, when you draft somebody who literally produced the most FWAR in baseball for the 11 years they had him, or 10 years, 11 years they had him, is insane. Yeah, I know. Which is why we're surprised you're still there. Like, to be honest, like, we thought we'd be way better, but Goldie and Arenado have both just completely shit the bed. And it's also like positional depth. Like, what position do you play? And does that make you... Are they strong there? Like for the Cardinals, if you're an outfielder, there's a good chance you're going to get called up. Like, we're rocking Siant. Who do they have? They have the other Contreras brother, right? I'm trying to think of the Brewers catchers. Yeah. So they have the other Contreras brother, and then I don't know who their backup is. So basically, you're going to end up, you need an injury. Or they need to get rid of the backup. One or the other. That's how you get called up in baseball. Especially for a position where there's only 2 spots that you can fill. What are you doing over here, guy? You gotta look at the Cardinals right now. So we lost Contreras, and now Herrera is out for 10 or 15 days or whatever. So now we have Pedro Pages or whatever. I will. Let me know. Heck, I think we... When do we play the Brewers? I'm not actually sure. Like, right now, like, I catch probably 95% or more of Cardinals games each year. And I used to be so obsessed with it. I used to watch the AAA and the AA team play as well. Like, I would literally have the Cardinals game on my big TV, and then I run a 4-monitor setup, and I would have my minor league baseball app playing the Springfield Cardinals and the Memphis Redbirds at the same time. And I would watch 3 baseball games at once. And I belong to a very sabermetric forum. So I'm like pretty active on like Cardinals forums and stuff as well. Baseball is like religion in St. Louis, so... And it's funny, I'm not even from St. Louis. I just claim it as home now. No, Cardinals are going to be good in the future. There's some very interesting players we have in the minors. We just have too many old pitchers and too many old first basemen and third basemen. Like, we got the Crooks kid in the minors. He looks real good. pretty good bombing. What's crazy about catching is like I don't know what the top two in the Brewers organization have, but you're also a very tradable asset because if a catcher goes down for a long period of time, it's very easy to get traded as a catcher. Like Kelly, we traded Kelly off because we had too many catchers recently. So we traded Carson Kelly off to the Arizona. And we actually have Contreras and Herrera right now, but we also have Pages, and then we have the Crooks kid and Raposo or something like that. So we are actually probably Herrera's probably pretty disposable on our team, and he could probably easily be a backup at almost every team. All right. Well, that works. Interesting. All right. Looks like we got AA cruiser. We got another cruiser. Yep. Another one of those. Wow. Talk about. They really like that cruiser. Yeah, I know. I just. The Dito. It's one of the better cruisers to pick in Abdicom because you can put it with your carriers. Do I have a layer? Shit. Sorry, bro. I might have to take one for the team here. Actually, 24. You can't use that one sub. I mean, I can use them for scouting. I'm much more concerned about getting away, to be perfectly honest. Shit. There we go. Oops. Like, I swear, like, they know exactly where I am. Hey, did you see this? Look. Rig for ultra quiet, and then it immediately releases you. The game has a... There it goes. Maybe it's just my double clicking. I do, but I like giving the enemy, you know, a chance. It actually might miss me. They're pretty far away. Nope, he's turning. He's acquired me. I'm probably had. Yeah. I think the computer has a little bit too much of the ASW stuff there. If you cheat it, though, what you do is you fire your torpedoes, push retreat immediately, then full speed the opposite direction. You'll always be able to make the retreat timer. I just feel that that's cheating. Alright, let's rearm you guys. And I got 144. Well, let's just head right here, and then we'll decide if I'm going to do it or not. But I think I'm going to go bomb Gibraltar. And this guy's kind of annoying me. I do need to make another force. Where is my other... There they are. I was like, where the hell are they? It's just... I feel like that is kind of like too hard. Or just too easy to do. Like, if I was going to sub-spam, I'd just make 4 or 5 subs, put them in wolf packs, put them off every port city, and destroy every convoy. And you can almost always get away with doing that. The bombers, the bombers you have to use because the enemy has the same thing. The enemy has the same thing. Not nearly as much for... And the enemy literally will use their bombers like fighters. I've been attacked by bombers one too many times with my bombers. I suppose I should probably send something out there. I really want to get into naval battle, though. But I only got 144, so I need to kind of wait till I get paid. These guys are just doing nothing, though. Yeah, I know. But I want to make the I'm going to kick the living crap out of them fleet. And it's going to be full of Italian battleships. My favorites. Nice. I didn't even expect that guy to find him. Wait, are you kidding me? This is it? Feel cheated here. It's just the imperfect intel of the game. I thought this was going to have like cruisers in it. Which is another reason why I would definitely reduce the air power in the game. Because this game would be awesome for battleships and cruisers fighting each other in the middle. I can. I have no naming convention. I'm pretty like there's people that will sometimes name like every one of their fleets very specific things and they always follow it. I just kind of like randomly come up with a name and put it in there. Usually like invasion supply fleet, invasion destroyers. on, Sank. Well, he's gonna scuttle. All right, RTB. Pretty accurate. And destroyer. Some type of cruiser. Destroyer. Destroyer. Destroyer and cruiser. So 2 cruisers. Go for some miracle shots. There we go. Shit, they're close. There we go. That was actually pretty good for the cruisers. Definitely would switch though. 1 plane a day replacement rate. Oh yeah, speed this up. Well, are you going to blow up? wish there was a way to get the AI to not go full speed after they get attacked and run away. Because they always just burn themselves down. Like, I feel the computer will lose like 50% more ships because of this. Alright. You gonna blow up? You're a cruiser, though. You might have enough repair. Let's see what he looks like. He's critical. There we go. Come on. Just burn down. Takes entirely too long. I mean, he's probably gonna scuttle. He's critical, and he's fire the whole way. That's probably a scuttling, But cruisers are tricky. Sometimes they just don't go. I think I'm gonna risk it, though. He looks pretty dead. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Another 6 points down. What am I at for the total? $196. So they're already down 196 ships in 34 days. So I'm well over. It's pretty brutal. Either way, I gotta go to work in the morning, so I'm going to bed, man. Nice talking to you again. And have fun. Nah, I gotta get up at like 5 a.m. Later, all.